What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update today, 2021, as well as the next two upcoming packages, which we are kind of reaching the final stages on the next infrastructure package called the American Jobs Plan, and part two, the next stimulus package called the American Families Plan, which are probably going to be passed around the same time. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi, says that she's going to pass both of these at the same time, and she does not want to pass them separately as kind of an insurance policy to make sure that the American Families Plan, the next stimulus package, does get passed, and to make sure that there's no funny business and 100% certainty to make sure that these next two packages get passed. So I will be keeping you up to date with everything going on with that, as well as what is going on in the United States today, as well as Washington, D.C. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new updates. It's completely free to do so. New videos come out here on our channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, if you can, hit the like button for us. It really helps out our channel. Right now, there are multiple different lawsuits going on in several different states versus basically the people versus Republican governors in there's 25 different Republican governors that have shut off their unemployment bonus money, the $300 per week unemployment bonus money that came from the third stimulus check package, as well as the additional unemployment weeks where there's actually millions of people that lost their entire unemployment bonus money, not just the $300 unemployment bonus money, but their actual regular unemployment money because their extension, normally you get, each state's a little bit differently, but normally you only get a certain amount of weeks of unemployment, and the pandemic and the stimulus packages extended that. And a lot of people, millions of people actually lost their entire unemployment checks when these Republican governors opted out of the unemployment bonuses and the unemployment programs entirely in some cases when these 25 Republican governors opted out of unemployment programs. Well, these Republican governors are being sued, and actually in some cases they're losing. Check this out. Several new rulings. A court has rejected Governor Larry Hogan's request from Maryland to block the order preventing the end of the enhanced federal unemployment benefits. So the governor has currently, as a preliminary ruling, lost. The court has rejected the governor's request to block the order preventing ending the unemployment benefits. So the unemployment benefits will continue. Federal aid will continue in Maryland while lawsuits fighting the governor orders will return to the lower court judges. So they will now go down back to the lower court, as the upper court in Maryland has ruled that, the ruling should stand. They're going to send it back down to the lower court as a ruling against the Republican governor. So the $300 per week unemployment benefits in the state of Maryland will continue, at least temporarily. In the state of Texas, Texans are suing Republican Governor Greg Abbott for ending the $300 per week unemployment bonus benefits early, also saying that more than 30,000 people are part of a lawsuit claiming that Governor Greg Abbott, quote, exceeded his power. In Indiana, an Indiana judge just preserved extra unemployment benefits for thousands of people, as an Indiana judge also ruled against the Indiana governor and has temporarily reinstated the unemployment benefit bonuses as well. There is also a new lawsuit in Ohio to restore the $300 per week federal unemployment bonuses. And in Tennessee, Tennessee families are pleading with Governor Lee to reverse his decision to end federal unemployment benefits early as well. Now, here's the way things are currently looking. It looks like one by one, these governors are slowly starting to lose this battle. So if this continues, I think that we will probably see retroactive unemployment bonuses, which will mean these states will probably have to retroactively pay their citizens $300 per week unemployment bonuses, and regular unemployment pay if they didn't get that as well, if these judges rule this, because basically what these judges are saying is that these governors do not have the authority to break the law, because when the third stimulus check package passed, these $300 per week unemployment bonuses, when they pass these packages, they basically pass them into law. They write new law. So when they pass a third stimulus check, they pass unemployment bonuses, they pass SNAP programs, they pass the child tax credit. All that goes into law. It's new law. So what these governors are doing is they're actually, in a sense, breaking the law. Now, some people say that governors have the authority to do this because they have the authority to govern over their own state. And this is really up for the judges to decide. Based on these preliminary proceedings, these preliminary rulings, these are not final rulings yet. It looks like these judges have decided that no, these governors cannot do this, and they have to continue paying these $300 per week bonuses, at least for the time being. So we're probably, if things continue going this path and we don't see it reverse a ruling or anything like that, we're probably going to see one, retroactive unemployment pay, which will help out millions of people in need that have lost their jobs during this pandemic. I mean, at this point, anybody that is on unemployment has lost their job during the pandemic. There's nobody that had lost their jobs before the pandemic at this point. And number two, so one, there will be retroactive pay. Probably. Again, I can't say this with certainty until we see final rulings. And number two is that we could see this for all the states. And again, not necessarily, but the way this is going is we're starting to see a domino effect of multiple different states going in this way. This doesn't mean that all the states will do this. I will keep you up to date on these rulings. These are kind of like landmark rulings here. This is kind of millions and millions of people's fate in their fate is in the hands of these judges, right? Millions of people talking about getting thousands of dollars or getting nothing. And it looks like, based on these rulings, that these states are currently ruling that yes, they have to continue these $300 per week unemployment bonuses and continue the regular unemployment bonuses, the extensions of these temporarily as they go for a final ruling. And then, if that continues, I think we also could see back pay for any weeks that people missed when they should have been paying those $300 per week and the regular unemployment bonuses. So let me know your thoughts on this. I know this is a very heated contention. I know a lot of people have a lot of strong opinions on this, and I know there's a lot of people hurting right now because the pandemic is still pretty strong right now. Economic conditions are still very bad right now. Remember that 37% of all small businesses have gone bankrupt. So 37% of all small businesses, the jobs are literally not there. So there's a lot of jobs that there are not even, you can't even go back to them. And a lot of the jobs that are available are low paying jobs and part-time jobs. So a lot of people don't want to go to a job that's a part-time job or a minimum wage job or a job that pays $8 or $9 an hour, which might not even be enough to pay their rent. So that is kind of the struggle that even employers are seeing. And we're seeing employers like Walmart, Amazon, Chipotle, large national chains that are actually raising their unemployment to $15 an hour. And in some cases, these chains are actually offering $500 or $1,000 hiring bonuses because they physically can't hire people for really small wages they used to hire people at minimum wage. Remember, federal minimum wage is only $7.25. The Democrats tried to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour in the third stimulus check package, but there was not enough support for it. I do think that one of the things we're probably going to see after these next two packages pass, I think we're probably going to see a compromise minimum wage bill that both Republicans and Democrats sign on for, probably somewhere around $11 an hour minimum wage. We do have support from both Republicans and Democrats for a minimum wage raise for across the country around that mark. Now, remember, states can have higher minimum wage on their own. We do see this in some areas. States like Florida have raised their own minimum wage to $15 an hour, but that goes into effect in 2026. So a lot of states, that's just one state, for example, they've raised it to $15 an hour, but it goes up by about a dollar or two every year until it gets there in 2026. So yeah, a lot of states are there's actually 40% of the United States is still at $7.25 an hour. So if you work $40 40 hours a week, let me just bust my handy dandy calculator out here. If you work 40 hours a week at $7.25 an hour, you would make $290 a week times 4 weeks in a month. That's $1,160 a month. Okay. After taxes, you're looking at about $1,000 a month take home. If your rent's $1,000 or $800, I mean, it's literally not even enough to live on. So that is kind of the problem that the country is struggling with. And that's why even employers right now are literally having to pay more because they can't hire enough people to work for really, really small wages. And that's kind of capitalism. Capitalism is kind of a very efficient system because there's a lot of people, employers and businesses that, hey, we want to pay the least amount because we're trying to make a profit. I get it, right? But on the other hand, if you pay too low wages, you get people that maybe don't really care to be there. They're not going to really do the best job. And then you also get people that they're going to mess around on the job. And then you also get people that are going to quit at any given time. And then you're also not going to really be able to hire people because they're not good. They're going to quit and go work for other jobs. You might not be able to hire enough people to even be able to work there. They're going to go work for other places. So that's kind of the catch-22 there, that a lot of people, a lot of companies that have to hire thousands of people are struggling with right now. These companies like Amazon and Walmart that have to hire tens or hundreds of thousands of people nationwide, they physically cannot hire enough people and are being forced to raise their wages across the entire country because they can't hire enough people. They have to pay more, and because the people are speaking and saying, "Hey, we're not going to work for $7.25 an hour. Find somebody else," and they literally can't find somebody else. Okay, next up, I've had a lot of people asking me about the petition for the $2,000 monthly stimulus checks, nearing 3 million signatures. This is actually getting a lot of press, a lot of publicity. It's been going on national TV nationwide. A lot of congressmen are talking about it. It is over 2.5 million signatures. It's on the website change.org. I will put a link for this down below in the description of this video. It is gaining a lot of momentum. It gained over 50,000 signatures in the last week. If you haven't signed this yet, I will put a link for you down below in the description of this video so you can sign it after you watch the rest of this video. If you're on a mobile phone, click the down arrow to open up the description of this YouTube video. The more signatures this just shows Congress that there is support for us. This is actually the same type of bill that Senator Bernie Sanders and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer from the Senate are both in favor of. In fact, over half of the Senate Democrats are in favor of a monthly recurring stimulus check, and also almost were actually probably around 100 different Democrats from the House of Representatives are also in favor of a fourth stimulus check as well. The bill that Senator Chuck Schumer and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Bernie Sanders are in favor of, and that change.org petition calls for, it is for $2,000 monthly stimulus checks, is an actual bill that is proposed by Senator Ed Markey and Elizabeth Warren, has a lot of support for it. President Biden himself has said he is open to a fourth stimulus check and has actually only said positive things about a fourth stimulus check. He's also said that Congress can include fourth stimulus check or fourth stimulus check payments in the next package if they want to. And again, there is like over 100 different Democrats that want a fourth stimulus check, which makes it a very good possibility to be included in this next package. Also, the bipartisan group, the Problem Solvers Caucus, remember them? They were actually influential in getting us a second stimulus check and actually had a bill last year that called for 2 different stimulus checks with automatic stabilizers in there from last year. They're actually backing the Senate infrastructure deal as of today and calling for a House vote as of today. Brand new story that came out today. The House Problem Solvers Caucus on Tuesday endorsed the infrastructure bill crafted by a bipartisan group of senators and backed by President Biden, providing more momentum for the proposal as senators scramble to write the legislative text for the framework and approve it in July. The caucus, which includes 29 Democrats and 29 Republicans, also urged an expeditious and standalone vote in the House for the proposal. The senators' bipartisan plan is similar to one offered by the caucus in June. Now, notice that there's plenty of Republicans here. You'll only really need 10 Republicans and all Democrats. In fact, if you actually look here, 29 and 29, what is that? That's 58 people there from the Senate alone. That is almost enough right there to pass the bill. You need 60 to pass it through the filibuster. So there's probably enough to pass this bill without any thoughts of it not passing. The key words here are they want a speedy, expeditious, and standalone vote, which is kind of a little bit of a dig there to Nancy Pelosi saying, yeah, don't hold this vote ransom and make us be forced to pass the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan, with this bill also. But I think that she's going to end up doing that anyways. What I think she's going to do is I think that she's just going to let this infrastructure package bill pass in the Senate. It's going to go over to the House. This is not for certain, but I think this is what it's going to happen. She's going to send it to the House, and then she's probably just not going to vote it. She's going to say, okay, great. Now go pass the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan. If that happens, then it'll be okay, it's go time. It's literally down to the final leg of let's see what's in this next stimulus package. And that's kind of when we show all these things here that are currently on the block to be in this next stimulus package. As you see, there's like 23, 24 different things to be included, or I should say could be included in this next package. These are all the things that are yeses or nos that could be or could not be in this next package. None of these things are 100% yeses, and none of these things are 100% no's. There's not a single thing that is guaranteed to be included in this next stimulus package, the American Families Plan, and there's not a single thing that is guaranteed to not be included or to be included. So all these things are up for negotiation. There's not a single thing safe. There's not a single thing that's not safe. So this is where this is going to get really exciting. This is where a lot of people are going to be biting their nails. Will there be a forced stimulus check? Will there be monthly recurring stimulus checks? Will there be an extension of the monthly recurring stimulus checks called the child tax credits? Those are only passed for 1 year. And if you have children, that's one of the biggest things on this list because it's $3,000 to $3,600 per year per child, but it's only passed for 1 year. And will that make it into the final bill? If you're a senior, will the Social Security raises or the Medicare expansion make it into the final bill? Either one of those would be really, really great in addition of a forced stimulus check or monthly recurring stimulus checks, because both of these would probably go forever. It is possible they could pass one of these two or both of these two just for a couple years. But I think the more likely case would be that they would go on forever. It would be like, for example, if they do a Social Security raise for everybody on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, railroad benefits, VA, $200 per month would probably be just a $200 per month raise forever. We also have 2 years of free preschool, 2 years of free college, which will be a game changer because, again, probably won't have a time limit on it. It's just be, hey, 2 years of free college forever. So a lot of these things are really game changers. You can see there's a lot of different things in here. We could have an increase extension of the SNAP, WIC, and EBT, pandemic EBT program as well. We could have student loan debt forgiveness and other type of debt forgiveness, but that will probably happen after they pass these next packages. We could have an extension of the internet credit extension, which is that $50 per month off your internet bill that thousands of our viewers got. Paid family medical leave, and the earned income tax credit, which is for childless workers. I have a link in the description of this video as well for that. Those are for people without children. You can actually get a $6,600 earned income tax credit. They want to extend that as well for people without children. There's a lot of different things in here. They also could extend the $10,200 unemployment tax credit because that was only passed for last year, and they could extend it also for this year in this package or even the next package after this. As yes, there will be more packages after this. In about 2.5 months, Democrats get a whole nother round of reconciliation cards, and they have about a year or so until the next midterm election, and that is kind of really the deadline until we have to see who wins the next Senate and the next House of Representatives. So really, there's going to be stimulus packages probably passed until then. This is not the last package. We're probably going to continue to see stimulus items until then. Remember, the economic recovery is probably going to take 2, 3, or 4 more years. So we're probably going to continue to see stimulus type packages and stimulus provisions until then. I will keep you up to date with everything. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. And remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. This bottom video is about stimulus checks and stimulus programs that are paying out money in July, August, and September. And you can click this video here to see how I teach people how to sell products on Amazon FBA. And I've already had dozens of people replace their 9-to-5 income selling products on Amazon FBA. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.